followed an A-games formula.
3, 2, 1.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hi. Hi everybody. How's everybody doing today? So we back on a Monday. How's everybody doing? How was everybody's weekend? Hit the like as you come in, please, because we got some stuff to unpack. Hey, D Blessing, how you doing, sweetie? I missed you. Don't think I didn't notice you were missing. I hope everything's okay. Oh, thank you, Miss Danica. Thank you so much, beloved. My sis be coming through and cooking. So if I got any subscribers that are not subscribed to Danica Marie Dope Discussions, y'all need to go right over there and subscribe to her and hit the notification bell, because my sister be cooking over there. All right, so we got a lot to unpack today. A lot to unpack today. Why black women hate building a man. She hate doing it. But we're going to go a few layers deeper than the usual. We're not going to stay on, oh, she's selfish, oh, she did. We know all of that. We know. So we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the deeper issues behind it. Right? So, the first issue that we're having is that she thinks she's building the man. That's problem number one. She thinks she's building a man. Let me first, before I really get into that, let me first define what it is that I'm talking about. See, because a lot of females get stuff real twisted, talking about they building a man, when really they was pouring money into a situationship that had no direction, that had no end goal, that had nothing that was gonna happen. So you get with some guy that you never have a conversation with about what's gonna happen, what the plans are, she don't even know what the status is between them, to the point where after they do, she look over to that Negro and be like, so what are we? You didn't have that conversation before you busted open? That sound like a personal problem to me. That's why a lot of dudes don't answer that question. You didn't ask that question when it was pertinent for you to ask it. I done got the goods now. It don't matter what we is. Finished. We done. That's what we are. We done. Till next time. That's what we are. Tired. I'm tired. Is that what you wanted to hear? You should have had that conversation before you let me dig where I was digging. You know what I'm saying? I was digging for gold. It's a fine time be trying to figure out what we are now. We ain't nothing. Absolutely nothing. And chicks get real salty when dude smooth sidestep that question and be like, oh, thank you, D Blessing, for the cash out. Thank you so much, sweetheart. And smooth sidestep that question and be like, you want some wings? You want me to order some wings? He smooth sidestepped that because you asked it at a stupid time. This is a dumb time. You should have clarified the status of what was going on beforehand. Because you can't undo all of that stuff we just did in the past hour. You can't undo that, baby girl. Matter of fact, I want you to do it again. So I'm going to get you some wings so you can replenish. And chicks get mad about that. You just came through. Yeah, I just came through. So you letting that kind of dude drive your car, spend your money, you paying for this, you paying for that, don't know the status, because it ain't no status. If a man don't tell you the status of the relationship, there is no status. Let me just give y'all a little piece of game, young ladies, and the older ones that still don't know. If a man does not offer you the status of the relationship, that means there is no relationship. He just sliding through. You know, we'll see what it is what it is. We just kicking it. That's what it is. Because a man that has a plan that you're included in is going to tell you you're included in this plan. He's going to start talking to you in the manner where you're included in the things that I'm doing. You're included in my life because I'm including you. Because if I want you to be my woman, I'm going to tell you I want you to be my woman. What say you? What say you? You say yes or no to that. There is no, muddy water, smog in the air. I can't see clear what he doing. See, men don't move like that. Masculine men do not move that way. So when I talk about building a man, I'm not talking about you chicks that just let Dirty D Rodney eat up all your fruit roll-ups and lay on the couch all day. I ain't talking about that. Because neither one of y'all had no conversation about no plan that didn't involve the bedroom. What I'm talking about is getting into an actual relationship whereby the boundaries of such a relationship have been drawn. We are together. We living together. All that good stuff. Okay? We're together. I'm talking about that. In those situations, she doesn't like quote unquote building a man. Now, the reason why I'm saying quote unquote building a man is because she thinks that if he has a vision that he is attempting to put into motion and make that vision come into fruition, he's asking her to hold him down. Okay? Listen, that could be anything that he's trying to do. I'm trying to expand my education. I need to go back to school to get a trade, to get a skill, to get a certification, to get a degree, whatever the case may be, in order for me to deal with my profession, whether that's a entrepreneurial business that I start, whether I'm corporate, whatever that case may be, which will then transfer and translate into more wealth for us, not just me. This is my vision, right? This is the man. This is my vision. What I need you to do at this time is that if I gotta go back to school, I need you to utilize that big bachelor's degree that you've got to hold down some of these bills. It may not be all of them. It may not be all of them. It might be partial, whatever the case may be. Thank you, Philip. Whatever the case may be, listen, I need you to do this for 3 years. I need you to do this for 5 years. I need you to do this for 2 years. Because there's a plan being enacted. It's not indefinite. Listen, I'm sitting here and we're working out our 5 to 10 year plan. This is what I'm trying to accomplish here. This is how we accomplish it. I'm going to do this part and you do that part. This helps us achieve this vision so that we'll be in a better space 5 to 10 years from now. We'll be closer to the goals that we set today. That is a man with a vision. Not only does he have a vision, he has a plan that he's going to enact in order to achieve the goals, small goals that build into bigger goals that achieve the ultimate goal. If you understand what I'm saying. Now, this is a man with a plan. He's got leadership, he's got system, order, and structure, and he's including you and soliciting you to help him in the following ways. Some of them ways may be financial. Now, black women will frown their nose up at that because I don't want to build no man. Here's the problem. You think that if you are doing the part of the plan that call for your money that you spent all that time trying to get in the first place, that for you to invest that money into the plan. The reason you got a problem with that is, number one, you think you're building the man. You don't think you're building your nest. You don't think you're building for wealth later. You think you are doing something by putting your money in to a man that does not yet have value assigned to him until he actually achieves whatever goal he set to your satisfaction. Did y'all understand that sentence? Do I need to repeat it? You think you're building the intrinsic man. You think that by putting in some money, you are building him up, giving him his SOS or giving him his leadership. You are not. Because if you're doing this with a man that has told you his vision and written out at the plan how we gonna reach that, he has provided you the leadership and the system, the order, and the structure. Not the other way around. See, your money don't provide SOS, black women. So you're not building a man. You are not giving him his masculinity. Thank you, Lou Casely. You're not giving him his testicles, okay? You're not going somewhere buying his testicles for him. You're not somewhere buying a case of manhood to give him. What you're doing is your part that you agreed to when you agreed to get into a relationship with this man and or marriage. SOS means system, order, and structure. Your money don't provide that. So you're actually looking at it as if to say, if I put this money in, I'm actually making a man. No, you're not. No, you're not. He was a man when you met him. That's why you with him. Unless you goofy. Unless you a whole goof nut. You with the man because he already had leadership, system, order, and structure. Unless you're an idiot that's giving up your time, your kitty miles, your energy to a dude that ain't never told you nothing about no relationship status, and he ain't got no leadership quality, and he ain't got no system, order, and structure nowhere in his life. If you are somewhere laid up, popping kids and popping willies in the bed for a man like that, you get what you ask for. See a fool bop his head. What I say. Because if he ain't got no leadership, system, order, and structure to raise you up, he shouldn't be laying you down. And you letting him. So, boop, knock that off. So I don't want to hear no foolishness. Well, he ain't doing this and he ain't doing that. Yet you laid up with that Negro night. Not every night, but night. Anyway. When you have a man that has presented to you his leadership, system, order, and structure, gave you a plan, gave you your part of that plan, said this is how I need your assistance. Come on and assist me. Thank you, Chris B. Come on and assist me and get my likes up. Wait a minute, I got 434 Crimsonites up in here. So bam, 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 bam. We gotta get the likes up. Bam, bam. You gotta My apologies. You come on me quick. Gotta be quick with the mute button. Okay. Because we haven't even gotten into the meat of this. We still on the surface right now. You think you're building up a man. Now, here's the other part of that. The other reason why you don't like putting your money into a situation with your man is because under the lost value system, the wealth and the finances are more important than the individual. You think I should have said that? I definitely should have said that. Okay. Gemini consultations. Under the lost value system, wealth and finances are more important. They are greater than the individual. This is why you don't want to put your money in, because ultimately in your mind and in your heart, your money is more valuable than that man that you lay up with every night, that you share space with every day, that you may share children and a bloodline with for life. You feel like them little funky paychecks that you getting every other week in this little pay period that the state is taxing you out of your mind for is more important than the inherent value and person of the man that you sharing your life with. Because under the lost value system, wealth is a god. Wealth is a god. And God is always greater than man. For real? Okay. Thank you, Cafe. God is greater than man. Any God you worship. It ain't got to be the Most High. It ain't got to be the one true. Thank you, Judas Blues. Anything you worship that has actually become your God become greater than anything, than anybody. Thank you, Truck and Trade. I got 511 people. I got 323 likes. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Bam, 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 bam. Gotta get the likes up. Bam, bam. I gotta continue the show. You gotta See how I rushed y'all through that song? Anyway. So, you're living in the house with this man. You share the space with the man, but you don't share the vision. You don't share his purpose. You don't share his spirit. So you are not one with that man. See, should I do that? Okay. Because see, when you won with something, you won in vision and in purpose. You are on one accord. This is what Jesus meant when he talked about he was one with the Father. He was one with God. He meant I am one in purpose. I am one in vision. I am one. I do not deviate from the purpose of God. Therefore, I am one. Wasn't talking about physically. Because when I get married to my husband, we don't become physically the same individual. But I do become one with him. or I'm supposed to. That is the marriage. I become one in vision, in purpose, in spirit with that man. You're living with this man and don't share nothing with him. And this is why there's no sense of togetherness. So the money that you put in, you don't think about it as ours, it's yours. I'm spending my money in a whole relationship where things are supposed to be shared. Down to if I'm eating on the plate and got a piece of chicken, I'm going to split that piece of chicken and put it in his mouth. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't know nothing about that. A lot of y'all don't know nothing about all that. A lot of y'all don't know nothing about all that. If it's the last little spoonful in the pot, I'm going to put it in the bowl and come in there wherever he at with a spoon and put it in his mouth. Half of it. Or more than half if he requires it. Because it's not mine. It's ours. But you think it's yours. Because under the lost value system, families don't have loving support. So you're not one with that man. You are separate from that man. You separate in spirit. You separate in vision. You separate in purpose. We're going to go on a commercial break. We're going to hear a word from our sponsor. And when I get back, we getting deeper into it. So be right back, everybody.
We're A-Game, a 100% Black-owned company with an all-natural product and world-class customer service. We're headquartered in California, and we manufacture, package, and ship right here in the United States. We ship to more than 125 distributors worldwide. Normal processing is 2 to 3 days, and we employ virtual tracking until our product is received. So, no matter where you are in the world, here we come, and we're bringing your A-game.
We back. Thank you, Roderick. Okay. Under the lost value system, there is no loving support from the family value. No loving support. So any type of holding him down is done begrudgingly and you keeping score. Nothing is done for the greater good of us because in your mind and in your heart, there is no us. There's him and there's me. I'm going to repeat that. Under the lost value system, there is no loving support in the family value. So everything you do, you keeping a tally. I did this. I paid the light bill. I paid the car note. I gave him something for work. I did this. I did that. You keeping score and you keeping track. Because when there's no loving support under the lost value system that you're living by, there is nothing done for the greater good of us Because there is no us. There's him and there's you. So my money went into paying for your school, or my money paid the light bill, the gas bill, and our phones. My money did that. I bought the food this month. All you did was your part of the plan. So I don't want to hear no belly aching. You the one bragging, talking about you making I make $150,000 a year. So put it to use. Because I know you didn't think it was just going to sit there and accumulate, right? Because see, this is why we don't got no generational wealth. Because see, under the lost value system, you can't build that. See, under the lost value system, it tell you that wealth is your ultimate goal, but don't give you no way to get there. So it keep you on the hamster wheel. What's a hamster wheel? Where you just exert yourself, but you didn't make no gain. Hamsters is half stupid. That's why hamster wheels work. That's why they'll jump their little fat butt on there and they'll just go, ain't made damn gain. Tired as it don't know what on that stupid wheel. Then they go over there and give them some water like they really done did something. That's how you operating. That's how the lost value system got you operating. Go get wealth. You need wealth. Wealth is the answer. It don't give you no pathway to get there. Because we think we can skip steps. I'm putting the cart before the horse. But we think we can skip steps. We think we can deal with our spirituality with no truth. We think we can deal with our health with no care. We think we can deal with our family with no love and support. We think we can deal with our appearance with no standard. We think we can deal with our dwelling with no peace, and all of a sudden we supposed to get all this wealth and have all this money and be able to take all these trips and be able to have all this education and all this mobility and all. Knock it off. Knock it off. Since you're keeping score, you're looking for financial reimbursement regardless if the vision is successfully realized or not. Because the intangibles that were received were of no value. Since you kept score, you're looking for financial reimbursement. Regardless if the vision was achieved or not. And the intangibles that were received along the way were of no value to you. What am I talking about? If my husband give me a 10-year plan, 10-year plan, whatever. And part of that plan was for me to not stop working yet, but utilize the money. Thank you, Chanelica. Utilize the money. Hold it down. Hold down the household. Whatever the case may be, blah, blah, blah. At the end of it, I don't care if he actually achieved that goal. I done kept score. So over the past 5 years, I know pretty much how much money I, quote unquote, spent. So I'm looking for him that after he has achieved this goal to literally go give me my money back. That's what I'm literally looking for. A financial reimbursement. The intangibles The things that I was supposed to actually learn during this time, I don't care about that. That was not valuable to me. Learning how to be selfless in this relationship, I didn't even learn that because that was unimportant. So I never took a look at what we were doing from the perspective of I'm helping us, not I'm helping him. I'm helping us. I'm doing my part to help us. So it's not seen as we're working together, I'm doing this part, he's doing this part. Because if you're spending money, you automatically think he's not doing anything. When the reality is, this is the plan he gave you 3 years ago. It's actually going according to plan. So within the next few years, he's actually going to be done with this part of it. Thank you, Larry. And then we're moving on to the next stage of this, where when I get to that stage, you can cut back on your work. I don't need you to hit this, grind this full time. You actually can cut down part time, and that's actually enough. Because by year such and such, by the time we hit this milestone, I will have been doing this. So we're going to eventually phase you out of doing this part of it. Thank you, Ontario. And then I'm going to phase into doing these parts of it. And then that's how we're going to work it out. By year such and such, you can work if you want. That'll be optional. Because the business that I did all this sacrifice for in the front end is actually going to be flourishing on the back end. Y'all don't think like that. I mean, you ain't gonna give me my money back? What you mean, give you your money back? What are you talking about? Because when I first laid this plan out for us, you seemed like you was on board, right? Now all of a sudden, you don't like the plan. What happened? It wasn't moving fast enough? In my timeline, and according to the timeline I gave you, it's moving just fine. Don't like the sacrifice. Because again, the money is worth more than the individual. It's also worth more than the actual goal. And all of this is a problem because under the lost value system, intention is not pure. It's not altruistic, and it is not based on love. Intentions revolve around money and or leisure. And if the money and or leisure was not achieved to your satisfaction and estimation, then the good that you did by quote unquote holding him down was a waste of time, money, and energy. Under the lost value system, intentions are not pure. They are not altruistic. And they are not based on love. Intentions are based on money and or leisure. And if this was not achieved to your estimation, whether it was realistic or not, then you feel like all of that time, energy, and money was a waste. It was a waste to hold him down. Now you're bitter and unsatisfied. When you are living under the 10 life values where spirituality is actually first. The intentions create the action. What do I mean by that? Intentions inform an action. It gives the action value. Whatever you intend by doing a thing is what is achieved. I'm about to go esoteric, a little bit spiritual with you. In Islam, the intent for any act of good, no matter how big or small, is always supposed to be for the pleasure of Allah. Anything I do for anybody, whether I'm feeding the homeless, whether I have given a morsel of food to a hungry animal, whether I have fixed a plate of food for my husband, whether I have, rocked my baby to sleep with a good nighttime story. Thank you, Divine. Whatever I have done of good, the intention for the act is to be pure. And the purity of the intention gives the act power. My intention is to please my Lord with the act. Why? Because if I do the act with that intention, it doesn't matter what people do or how they respond after the act. So, if I go and spend 5 hours in a soup line feeding the homeless, if I did that for the pleasure of God, it doesn't matter if I thought the homeless people were ungrateful for it. But if I did the act so that I could get praise from the people I was feeding or from somebody else and I didn't get that praise, I'm going to be mad. Because the intention was not pure. When you intend to hold your man down, but you doing it so that in the end, he'll reimburse you financially, or he'll be able to take you to Cancun or Phuket for, 10 days and 10 nights, and he don't actually do that, you're gonna be mad because you're gonna think, well, I did all of that for nothing. Had you purified your intention to say that not only am I doing this for the pleasure of my Lord, but I am doing this for the greater good of it, then whatever I have done is still good. Whatever the outcome was still good. Thank you, JS. He might have fallen short on the intended goal. Maybe not completely. Maybe he fell a little short. Maybe one or two of them things didn't quite come to fruition. But I still don't feel like we wasted time or money or energy because the intent with which I've done this was not for some small gain, like a couple of dollars. Do y'all understand what I'm talking about? Do y'all get the gravity of what I'm saying? I need y'all to get what I'm saying. Thank you, my love is divine. Thank you for all of the cash apps as well. Sometimes I don't really have time to acknowledge, but please don't think that I'm trying to ignore your contribution through the cash app as well. See, the purpose of purifying the intention is that I'm not looking for a return from anybody. My return comes from Allah. And the effect of the good that I did was still felt. It was still had. Thank you, Eugene. Here's the difference between a gynocrat living under the lost value system and a quality black woman that lives under the 10 life values. Thank you, Ty. See, often we use the lion, lioness, hyena analogy. Let's think about the function of the lioness. The function of the lioness, one of her main functions is the hunt. She go out, all of the adult lionesses, the capable lionesses of the pride, go out to do the hunt. This is not a lightweight endeavor. Each lioness puts her life on the line every time she hunts. Every time she go out to get that antelope, to hunt that wildebeest, to get that whatever she's hunting in the plain. Every time she leaves the safety of the pride, and sometimes them hunts take a couple of days. She done trekked across that territory because she's tracking the herd. Thank you, Kelly. She ain't running around here hunting little muskrats. She hunting big game. It took her a whole 24-hour trek across that territory. Thank you, 39 Dina. To hunt down that herd. Now that they've gotten up on the herd, she got to make that kill, or else that 24-hour trek was useless and they might die. So this hunt got to count. And if one or more of the lioness sisters gotta die to bring it down, well, she gave her life for the good. When it's time to get that hunt, they go all out, no holds barred. They place themselves in the best position for the success of that hunt, knowing full and well that it is dangerous to their life. They might die doing this hunt. They are never deterred from the thought that they might die. That does not deter them from achieving the hunt, for going through the hunt. Thank you, Zandrick. She makes the kill. She calls. They don't drag it back. It was a whole day's trek. A lion's roar can be heard for miles. She calls the alpha. She calls guards the kill. Do you understand? Hyenas are coming. Vultures are coming. Scavengers are coming. She guards the kill with her life. Thank you, Philip. Until the alpha and the rest of the pride come to get that kill. That's when her vigil is over. And after all of that work, she don't eat that kill until that alpha eats that kill. She sat there for hours with a hungry belly, with a kill she made, and she don't take a bite. That's where that saying, the lion's share, because the alpha is going to come eat his fill. And then the lioness and the cubs can eat the rest. And he'll guard. He'll keep the hyenas and all that stuff off of them. Why does the lioness do this? She's not thinking, this is my kill. I hunted for 12 hours. I tracked this kill. I made this kill. I put my life on the line for this kill. I'm going to call him, but I'm going to eat. And when he get here, he'll just get whatever I left because I'm hungry. My babies will just get whatever is left because I'm hungry. She never thinks my kill. She thinks this kill is for the pride. And if I gotta go hungry 5 more hours, I'm just hungry 5 more hours. See, we gotta understand, living underneath the lost value system keeps us actually in poverty. It keeps us with an impoverished mind because it keeps us under rugged individualism. When really how you achieve wealth, because when we look at the 10 life values, wealth is there. Nobody said don't get no money. Nobody said be broke. Nobody said be poor. Nobody said be struggling and scuffling and going pillar to post. Nobody said that. That's why wealth is there. But how do you achieve wealth, true wealth, and be able to maintain it? You can't be a rugged individual. You have to put your effort into the group so that the group's achievement is everybody's achievement. Because when one achieves, everybody is achieving. When that lioness make a kill, everybody eat. The relationship that lion prides understand is so deep that if there is a lone lion who is perfectly capable of hunting his own food, he doesn't think that his survival chances are better without a lioness and a cub. He actually understands my survival chances are better when I get that lioness and that cub. So he'll find a lioness. If there happens to be a lioness that maybe her alpha got killed or something like that, she'll find that male and she will offer, she'll go make a kill for that male. She'll make a kill. She'll go make a kill by herself. She can kill like an antelope by herself. She can't go for a wildebeest or something, but she can kill like a white-tailed deer or something. She can kill that. And she goes and makes that kill. She comes back. I made the kill to demonstrate I can make kills. You need me. The lion goes to eat it. That's his acceptance of her kill. Once he accepts her kill, they mate, which seals the bond. Now he's her alpha. Nobody can come mess with her now. She's got his protection now. She's not an uncovered lioness now, just roaming the plains, because her ability to make kills doesn't save her life. If she wanders into another pride's territory, the males of that pride will kill her. So when she's uncovered, she understands that by herself, she can't survive. It doesn't matter that she's the hunter of the pride. That doesn't matter. She understands the relationship for survival. For true survival, they must be together, not apart. The pride must have loving support. And you don't tell me they don't love each other. Have you ever seen a pride cuddle up together? I have. Thank you, Bonsi. They love each other. Prides love each other. I've seen them mourn the passing of one another. I've seen them look for missing members of that pride. The alpha male loved that pride. He loved them lionesses. He loved them cubs because he'll die to protect them. And he know which lionesses and which cubs is his and which ain't. Little known fact, lions can count. They can count the members of their prides. So we got to stick together. We have to be under the 10 life values for actual success. Living under the lost value system, this is why you're struggling. Because you think you can do it by yourself. And that's not where wealth actually is. You can get a couple of dollars by yourself, but you're not going to get no wealth. This show has been brought to you by our sponsor, A-Game, which is a male herbal solution with 21 awesome herbs to strengthen a man's vitality, his strength, his energy, and his libido. So all you got to do in order to become part of the A-Game family is click the link that's pinned at the top of the chat, agameherbal.com, and get a 10% discount using the code Kendra10, and then you can get this box of awesomeness delivered to you ASAP, okay? I want to thank everybody for coming through. I want to thank everyone for their super chats, for their cash apps, for their participation in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.